According to the Chant of Light, the Maker imprisoned the old gods underground long ago, as punishment for tricking mankind into worshipping them. The old gods still whispered to some men, and taught them magic. These men became the Magisters of the Tevinter Empire. The Magisters used their gift to enter the Golden City, tainting it and themselves. They were cast out by the Maker, and became the first Darkspawn. They fled underground, bringing their taint to their gods. The tainted old gods were the archdemons who rose from their prisons and led the Darkspawn against the world.
Huh. And the truth?
The truth is, we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten.
So what you talked about was... that was the first blight.
Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another blight.
Huh. So where's the archdemon for this blight?
We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large Darkspawn raid without an archdemon to unify them. But seriously, the archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding. Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there.
Why not kill the Darkspawn while they're underground?
They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far.
So what is an archdemon exactly?
You want to ask me about something else?
Oh, no.
So I imagine.
Oh, wrong one.
What would you like to know? You want to ask me about something else?
Blight.
Of course.
So how do Grey Wardens defeat blights?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way. According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the archdemon Underal in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last blight. Without the archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
How did anyone even know about this blight?
The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining, if you... well, you'll understand. Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
Well, how many Darkspawn are out there?
Thousands. Tens of thousands. They've had centuries to build up their numbers. You want to ask me about something else?
Tell me about Duncan.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man. A good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
My seems alright, but he went ahead and conscripted me. He did save my life. Don't really like him though, so... well, I owe him. I guess we'll go with 4. That's the truth.
That sounds familiar. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
The joining ritual.
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it. You want to ask me about something else?
Tell me about this upcoming battle.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tairn Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Caelan just wants his place in history. The Tairn is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
So how much will I be participating?
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
Why is it happening here, of all places?
We're at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, the eye of the Blight Storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
What are the chances of success?
I'm sure Tern Loghain has the battle planned to the last detail. Still, no Blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
And what if we fail?
If we don't break the Horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it.
Yeah, and then
which
all lay marches
would be
back in.
bad. Neither the King nor the Tern really seems to believe this is a real Blight, however.
That's all I
You want to ask
know.
me about something else?
No.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Okay. Oh, Alistair approves, does he? Picked up a little bit of junk.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
What you got? You have this. You can have that. You can have that. You can have that. For them. That'll do. Thank you. Alright, he's over there. I'll save it here, and I'll check how long I've been going, and if it's been an hour, I'll call it a break. Okay, let's just pause it here for a second. Save the game. Save. Alright. Duncan. Well, we're back.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korkari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
What do we need Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Well, surely you could have acquired some blood before now.
Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
Alright. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Sounds good to me. What if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Yes. So is this a part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Alrighty, find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Alright. Excuse me. Alright, let's go, fellas. There we go. I knew there was something over here.
As you wish.
Alright, before we go in, let's have a look. What have we got? Dirty fighting, stealth, pinning shot. Alright, let's have a quick look at your gear. Yeah, you aren't going to need them. Stick to your bow. You're not going to need that. Okay.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Okay, and into the woods we go. To find grandmother's house. Alright, before we get going, let's have a talk with everybody. Let's go up here a little bit. Oh, squirrel! Squirrel! Let's talk
Yes?
to you. Where are you from, Davith?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map.
Huh.
Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
So, you're a cut purse?
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So how did the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
Do you have the death sentence in 12 systems? So, what happened then?
Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
I guess. So what do you think of Duncan?
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks too.
What do you think we should do now?
You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Don't know why. Jory,
I am ready.
you said you were from Redcliffe.
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you travelled there?
My father was the lord of that town.
My Lord Cousland. I'm honoured. I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
So, you abandoned her?
Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated.
Don't know if that's the way the Grey Wardens work, buddy. How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
Wow. So, you're going to be a dad. What do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.